Hello and welcome to Thoughts in the Green Room with your host, Geoff Mays. This week's topic, relax. In the mid-80s, pop new wave artist Frankie Goes to Hollywood released the song Relax and sang these famous words: relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Now these words I believe to be universal truth. I believe them to be a universal truth because it is a message that I have heard time and time again over the years. It has come to me in various forms and various sayings from various sources, and always essentially saying the same thing. For me, before acting was even a thought in my mind, I heard teachers tell me to let the grade go, to focus on the next project, to ignore what had happened there, to not worry about that bad test or any of the negative things where I felt pressure on my shoulders for not achieving what I wanted to achieve. When acting became important to me, the most common note that I received from my acting teachers was to let the homework go, to be present in the moment, to be the character. All essentially the same statement of let it go and be here, be now. My greatest influence in terms of this lesson is my good friend and my brother, if you will. His name is Doc. He is a great writer, he is a great creative mind, and he is a man, in my mind, who is well beyond his years in wisdom. And years ago when we first met, he said to me, frack it. Now, of course, he didn't choose to use that actual word. He was a little bit more on the four-letter expletive, a word which I choose not to use here in this public forum, but I'm very confident with my description. You are very clear now as to what words he actually used. As he said, frack it. Now, when I hear all of those teachers, when I hear all of those acting coaches, when I hear my friend say, frack it, what do I really hear? What do you hear? Now, for me, this seemed like a simple doctrine, but it was locked inside a box, which was locked inside a box, which was locked inside a vault, which was buried inside of a place that made Fort Knox look like child's play. And I had no access to it. The thing that I did have access to was this knowledge, this dream, this focus that I wanted to be an actor. And I believe that everybody has that I want to be a. And as I walked into the audition room time and time again, I carried with me the pressure of the what if. What if I don't get this? What if I do get it? What if I forget my lines? What if? And I carried the result of the pressure, the negative, the nerves, the desperation, and various other things which I truly believe that because I carried this pressure meant I didn't get the role. Time goes on, and I continually reflect on the beat in my mind. Relax, go to it when you want to go to it. Relax. You get the idea. Heard my friend say frack it over and over again. Heard my acting teacher say, be in the moment. Leave the homework behind. Kept reflecting. And it brought me around to a changed focus. Step into an acting room for an audition. My focus is on joy, on enjoying the moment, being present for what I'm doing right then, right there. And the result was happiness. The result was a focus. The result was remembering my lines. The result was not caring about anything else, but just being there and having fun being there. And the final outcome, of course, meant that I became a contender for the role. And I don't want to say it gave me the role or was a be-all and end-all to get me where I want to be. I say contender because I believe that there are way too many variables for one thing to equal you get the role. The key as an actor is to be a contender so that you can be one of those variables that are considered and maybe you get the role. And if it's not that one, then be a contender for the next audition so you can be a variable in that consideration. And if it's not that one, then be a contender in the one after that, and so on until you get the role. I believe that applies universally again. Maybe you want that dream job at IBM or the mechanic's job down the street. I don't know what it is, but unless you're a contender, you can't be considered. And if it's not that job you get, then go and be a contender in the next interview that you've got, whatever it is. So all these words started to come together. This simple doctrine started to have clarity. I unlocked the boxes that got me through so I could see what everybody was saying. And what did I hear? I heard the words relax, get out of your own way when you want to go somewhere. Don't worry about how to get there. Just be present along the way and get there. Simple. I leave that up to you. And I ask you, what is that something that you want so bad that you are in your own way for? Is it a dream job? Is it a dream home? Is it a dream relationship, a car, a family, friendship? What is it? Ask yourself that question and think on it. And how badly do you want it that you're unable to be present in the moment when you're there? I think the easiest analogy that I can come up with, it just popped into my head right now, is this. We've all seen it, we've all experienced it. That moment when you walk across the room to ask out that first person that you ever want to ask out. You've got so much pressure to say, will you go out with me? That you stumble over your words, you act like a fool, you do stupid things that you've never done in your life. And the result often is that the person says no because you look like an absolute idiot. You do that enough times, you stumble, and sooner or later you're like, oh, whatever. Hey, you want to go out with me? And the person says yes. You're like, whoa, look at that. And that's what it is exactly, folks. It's that stumbling enough that you finally do not care. And you simply ask for what you want. And because you're truthful and present, you receive it. The beat that sings through my mind, that comes to me time and time again. The famous words from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Relax. Don't do it when you want to go to it. Or put simply, frack it. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your thoughts from the green room for this week. I'm your host, Geoff Mays, and I will see you in a few weeks.
Relax, don't do it.